We are now in Westwego, and yes, that's actually what it's called. The community has a very cheeky way it got that name, but first go to patreon.com/LouisianaDread to enjoy more history videos like the one you're about to watch. There were Native Americans in this area for literally thousands of years before European arrival. These indigenous people created huge shell middens that can still be seen in the area today. Later, the French would arrive and develop the area in 1719 when French Minister of State Claude Leblanc started a plantation and a port along the Mississippi River, the latter of which became a major spot for the transatlantic slave trade. The town of Westwego was officially founded in 1870, and mainly due to the fact the Texas and Pacific Railroad placed a railroad yard here and docks along the Mississippi River. The Zerang family had the largest plantation in the area that relied on slave labor to farm their sugarcane until the canal was dug nearby by commission of Camille Zerang. Other plantations in the area were named White House, Magnolia Lane, and La Branch, among others. The canal was dug by the Barataria and Lafourche Canal Company, and it was called just the Company Canal. This area was a prime location back in the day due to that canal that junctioned at the river by a lock system. A ferry would bring people from where I'm standing to New Orleans and then to the West Bank back. Now, once in the canal, it was a straight shot towards Bayou Signet, then onward to Bayou Lafourche, which connects to the Gulf of Mexico near Grand Isle. Keep in mind that this was about 10 years before Nicholas Destrehan built the Harvey Canal. This water route would allow Cajuns along Bayou Lafourche to access the New Orleans markets more easily. No one really knows for certain how Westwego got its name, but many believe it's for sure because of that railroad. This community was the location that the state compensated the railroad company to build continuing tracks further west. Legend says that the travelers departed the station here and they would hear the conductor yell, "West we go!" In John Churchill Chase's book, Frenchmen Desire Good Children, it states that the name was the specific outcome of an 1871 meeting of a railroad board of directors in New York, where planning was undertaken to use the site as an eastern terminus, and they simply stated, "West we go from there." Some people speculate Westwego might have been influenced by the board members' familiarity with the name of Oswego, New York. Yet another theory says that the workers themselves dubbed the community Westwego as an advertising ploy, but whichever the case may be, the first usage of the name was by G.W.R. Bailey, a railroad engineer, in 1873. One story states that Westwego got the name because it was a major crossing point on the Mississippi River during the Great Westward Movement in the late 19th century. So when travelers were asked their destination, they would simply reply, "West we go." Thus, the town of Westwego was settled, though. 1892 was a pivotal year for this little community because that's the year a 65-year-old Spaniard arrived by the name of Pablo Sala. Sala bought a portion of the Zerang plantation, which included the Seven Oaks plantation house. He would hire an engineer to plot out 162 lots next to the Company Canal and call the new community Salaville, after himself, of course. Salaville would be largely populated by the formerly enslaved people of the Seven Oaks plantation due to the proximity, and by 1893 there were about 200 people living and working in the new community near Westwego. Unfortunately, 1893 was also a horrific year for the people of Louisiana.